The book that I made is called The Stuffy Problem. Once upon a time, there was a girl. Her name was Alex, and she lived in a white house. She loved it there because her family was there and because she had pet chickens and 2 goldfish. Alex also had a secret. The secret was she had magical stuffies. Alex loved them as much as her family. One day, Alex was so bored. Her dad asked her if she wanted to go on a bike ride. Alex said kinda, but then she thought for a minute and said yes. Alex grabbed Fred, John, Bob, Ellie, Cooper, and Obo, her favorite magical stuffies. She put the stuffies in a backpack. Then her dad grabbed water, and then they were ready to go. Then they began biking, and soon they realized they are on the wrong side of the road, so they crossed the road. Now, Alex and her dad were riding next to the woods. As they were riding, Alex caught a glimpse of something pink. Alex and her dad stopped. Her dad said she could go over and see what it was. Alex jumped off her bike and walked closer. She went even closer until she could pick it up. She saw that it was a teddy bear. The teddy bear looked scared. They were both scared because they were far back in the woods. Alex's dad was calling for her, saying that it was time to go back home. Alex hid the pink teddy bear in her backpack with her other stuffies. As they were riding, her stuffies were making friends with the new pink teddy bear. It took them a few minutes to get back home, but they made it. Then Alex was figuring out if she should keep the stuffed teddy bear. The teddy bear told her about herself, and Alex thought a minute and said yes to keeping her. She was still thinking of a name for the teddy bear. While they were having dinner, Alex was still thinking of a name for her. Alex thought of a name. Her name was Rosie. Alex begins telling Rosie about the giants, specifically the blood bottler. He was the angriest giant of all of them. Alex told Rosie that the blood bottler wanted to steal all of her stuffies because he wanted the magic. Alex tells Rosie that she has to be careful of the blood bottler. Alex finally goes to bed. The next morning when Alex wakes up, all of her stuffies are gone except Rosie. Alex was very confused. She knew who took them, but she didn't know where he was. But the most confusing thing was why he didn't take Rosie. Rosie told Alex that she had been having a hard time sleeping asleep because she was in a new house, and she had heard footsteps, so she hid. Alex told her mom and dad about all of her stuffies being taken. In the first place, Alex's mom told her how dangerous the blood bottler was. Alex was very worried, and so was Rosie. Her dad said, "We have to stay here. I bet he'll come back with his stuffies." Alex was arguing with her mom and dad to go after the blood bottler. Alex won the fight. So then they got all packed up and carefully and were decided because the blood bottler knows them. Her dad told her where the blood bottler was. He was in a secret cave with his other giant friends. Alex and her mom and dad took off. The cave was way up high on Sponger's Notch. Alex heard her stuffies yell help. They were very scared. Alex was worried because the blood bottler had a potion that will turn humans into erasers. Alex's mom and dad were worried for her. They went into the cave and snuck behind a rock. Alex and her mom and dad heard the giants talking. The blood bottler told the other giants that he smelled something suspicious. He went around the corner and didn't see anything. Alex and her mom and dad were hiding behind a rock, but then found a new place to hide. Rosie was going out to say to the stuffies, "We're gonna get you out of here." Rosie got them out of the cages, but they just needed to defeat the giants. First, they were defeating Bone Cruncher, then they defeated Flesh Lump Eater, then they defeated Maid Masher, and finally the Blood Bottler. Once all the giants were defeated, they went back home and celebrated with a cake. They called Alex's grandma over, and she came over, and Alex told her all about their adventure and about her new stuffy. The end.